نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Indeed, all praise is due to Allah. We praise Him, seek His aid and ask His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evils of ourselves and from the evils of our actions. Whomsoever Allah guides, none can lead astray. And whomsoever Allah leads astray, none can guide. I bear witness that there is none worthy of worship except for Allah alone and no partner. And I bear witness that Muhammad is His slave and His messenger. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O you who believe, fear Allah as He should be feared. Die not except in a state of Islam with complete submission to Allah. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. O mankind, be dutiful to your Lord, who created you from a single person, Adam alayhi salam. And from him He created his wife, Hawa. And from them both He created many men and women. And fear Allah, through whom you demand your mutual rights. Do not cut the relations of your relative. Surely Allah is ever an all-watcher of you. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. O you who believe, keep your duty to Allah and speak always the truth. He will direct you to do righteous good deeds, and He will forgive your sins, and whosoever obeys Allah and His Messenger has indeed achieved a great achievement. That is, he will be made to enter paradise, and he will be saved from the hellfire. أما بعد, to proceed, فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله. The best of talks beyond any doubt is the Quran, the Book of Allah. وأحسن الهدي هدي Muhammad, and the best of guidance beyond any doubt is the guidance of His Messenger Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him. وَإِنَّ شَرَّ الْأُمُورِ مُحْدَثَاتُهَا. And very the most evil matters in Islam are the ones innovated. فَإِنَّ كُلَّ مُحْدَثَةٍ بِدْعَةٍ. For every newly innovated matter in Islam is an innovation, a bid'ah. وَكُلَّ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالَةٍ. And every innovation in Islam is a misguidance. وَكُلَّ ضَلَالَةٍ فِي النَّارِ. And every misguidance will lead to the hellfire. Ibad Allah, as always we remind in the Jumu'ahs, make sure that you are leaving no gaps. For verily I could see gaps there, and I would like to purchase that gap for £1 million. Who's going to be offering me that space? For verily, the more closer you are, the better chance you're going to get into paradise. And the further you are, then the less chance you're going to go to paradise. Even though that your place is guaranteed, inshallah, in paradise, if you die as a monotheistic, well, you'll be delayed. Why? Because you kept delaying yourself every time you come to the prayer, and you'd rather sit at the back, sitting in the front. That's your target, inshallah. Ibad Allah, for verily, we are about to discuss a mighty hadith. A hadith which is narrated by Abdul Rahman ibn Amr al-Sulami and Hujr ibn Hujr from the era of the fathers, whom they have said, we came to Al-Irbad ibn Sariyah, whom we think that the following revelation in the Quran was revealed because of him and the likes. وَلَا عَلَى الَّذِينَ إِذَا مَا أَتَوْكَ لِتَحْمِلَهُمْ قُلْتَ لَا أَجِدُ مَا أَحْمِلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ تَوَلَّوْا وَأَعْيُنُهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ حَزَنًا أَلَّا يَجِدُوا مَا يُنْفِقُونَ. The translation of which will follow, inshallah. They said that came to Irbad ibn Sariyah. We have in here a hadith that contains 3 from the best of the generations. A companion and 2 followers. As for the 2 followers and the companion, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, very the best of the generations is my generation. Companions who had accompanied the Prophet ﷺ, who had seen the Messenger of Allah, who sat with him even for a moment. They believed in his message and died upon Islam, and that's the condition to be a companion. The best of the companions, are Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Then after that generation comes the followers, and they are the best after the best. Then the followers of the followers, and then the followers of the followers of the followers. We've got 3, and some of the hadith says 4 generations. After that, there will be people, lots of them are not good. Ibad Allah, these 2 people from the generation of the followers came to the companion Al-Irbad ibn Sariyah. And look, They have said, we believe that the revelation in Surah At-Tawbah was revealed because of him. That shows us two things. Number one, that these people are keen to know the revelation's reasons. How many people amongst us who recite Quran to understand the meaning of those verses that he's reciting, not to say what are the reasons behind the revelation? Very few people would do so. To understand the revelation's reason is very important. Then you'll understand the context. And you will not take the ayah, the verse, out of context. Then the second issue, that is, these people are keen to meet somebody who is a higher rank, a person who is more knowledgeable than him, a person who is more pious than him, than them. For verily, this is a target for us as well, that we always target the people who have knowledge and the people who are righteous. They said, for verily the following revelation was revealed because of him. They are the ones whom Allah said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, translation of which, and there is no blame also upon those who came to ask you for a mount, yet you said, I don't have a mount. They went back crying. So it's from those people who cried. What is the story behind that? Ibadallah, in the battle of Tabuk, which took place in the year 9 after Hijrah, straight after the repossession of Mecca, which they call it Fathu Mecca, or the conquering of Mecca, but conquering of Mecca is maybe not the right translation. For verily it is repossession of Mecca. Conquer is to take something by force and take something which does not belong to you. Whereas Mecca belongs to the Prophet of Allah, and he entered it with peace. Everybody surrendered to the Messenger of Allah. When the Prophet of Allah had heard the Romans are preparing a mighty army, so the Prophet ﷺ, my dear brother, did you pray? The one who's just sat down, stand up and offer 2 rak'ah before you sit down. This is a masjid. For verily the Prophet ﷺ, he called for jihad. And the jihad is for everybody. Not just the young, also the old. As long as the old is capable, and as long as the young is above his adulthood. So nobody is to stay behind. So for those who are rich to be prompted by the Prophet of Allah to prepare a mount for those who are poor. The reason behind this is a long journey. From Medina to Tabuk, it's about 600 miles. It's a long journey. And all the time when the Prophet of Allah sets forth to a battle, he will have the element of surprise, meaning he will not disclose where he's heading, except for this battle. He told them going to Tabuk. The reason behind this, that is, it's a long distance. Plus, when the companions left, it was really hot. So they needed a mountain. And also, it was when the fruit were ripened and the orchards were set for people to take the shade. And that is why it was so difficult for those to leave, except who's got proper iman. So the hypocrites, they stayed behind and they presented their excuse later on. So some of those poor people who are capable but not capable of bringing a mount, they went to the Prophet ﷺ and asked for a sadaqah from the mount, from the rich people who had given some camels or horses for the sake of jihad. Prophet of Allah, he said, I don't find any for you. There's nothing there. They left and they're crying. They are from the 7 weepers. They're weeping because they're not participating in the jihad. For those who are hypocrites, they would say, hooray, I've been accepted for the jihad. Those people are crying because they don't have the chance to be a martyr. Put themselves in the wealth, in the danger for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, Allah, when the Prophet ﷺ went forth to Tabuk, he had said the following words to the companions. There are some people whom we left in Medina behind. They are with us, breath to breath, shoulder to shoulder, and they are from valley to valley, from mountain to mountain. Prophet of Allah, they are with us, and they are in the Medina. He said, yes, they are with us. That means they have the same reward, and they are mujahideen like us, but they were restrained because of their legitimate excuse. They couldn't find a mount. We learn a lot, brothers and sisters, from that. For very the person to be sincere in his intention regarding any good deed, and is not capable, for whatever reason, that he cannot achieve that good thing, Allah will give you that. Prophet ﷺ, he said, he who wishes for shahada, martyrdom, and sincerely is wishing for shahada, Then Allah Azza wa Jal will grant him martyrdom. Even he's going to die on his bed. Hadith rawahu Imam Muslim. A person, listen, who's intending jihad. But how can the person intend sincerely to be a mujahid and he looks like anything but a Muslim? With a stud in the ear and some tattoos and his hair looking like anything but the Prophet of Allah and his companion, and he says, I want to make jihad. Brother, first of all, before you make the jihad, which is physically, make the jihad in yourself. Make the jihad to fight all the whims and desire. Makes the jihad to be prepared to be like the Prophet ﷺ and his companions. About Allah, the Prophet of Allah, he said the dunya are for 4 types of people. One person who's got money and he's got knowledge. So he's spending his money for the sake of pleasing Allah the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he's in the highest of all ranks in paradise. And another person who's got the knowledge but he hasn't got the money. He says, oh Lord, I'm sincerely. If you give me the same money that you're giving that person, I would spend it in the same way that he spent it. That means in pleasing Allah. Allah will give him the same reward of that rich man. Even not a single penny had departed his pocket. And a third person who is ignorant and rich, spending his money and squandering it for the sake of displeasing Allah and everything that would Allah hate. He is the most sinful. And another person who hasn't got the money and he's ignorant and he's sincerely saying, oh Lord, if you give me the money, I would be spending and squandering my money exactly in the same way as that bad man. They are the same sinful people. Even not a single penny had departed his pocket. So what do we learn from this, ibad Allah? I could be a Hajji and I'm not going to the Hajj. When the people went to Hajj, I could be restrained because of my financial situation. But because maybe I'm physical situation, it's because if anything, I can't. I'm going to have to get married. And marriage for me is important. And I can't go to Hajj. But I'm prepared with my heart. To be sincerely, wallahi, if Allah's given me the Hajj, I will do the Hajj. And I wish to be with those people who had left to the Hajj. Allah will give you the rank of Hajj, even though that you are on your bed. Prophet ﷺ, he said about these people, wallahi, they are with us in jihad. Breath with breath, shoulder to shoulder. They are from mountain to mountain, from valley to valley. Even though Messenger of Allah, they are at home in Medina. He said, even they are at home in Medina, they are being restrained. They couldn't come because of legitimate excuse. Ibad Allah. The Prophet ﷺ, in that battle, he had said, verily, Allah Azza wa Jal had revealed the following verses. ليس على الضعفاء ولا على المرضى ولا على الذين لا يجدون ما ينفقون حرج. There is no blame upon the weak and upon those who are blind and those who are incapable of bringing amount. إذا نصحوا لله ورسوله. If they were sincere in their excuse to Allah and His Messenger. ما على المحسنين من سبيل. There is no blame upon those people who are kind. ولا على الذين إذا ما أتوك لتحملهم. And also there is no blame upon those who are the 7 weakness who came to you, the Prophet of Allah, and they asked you for amount. قلت لا أجد ما أحملكم عليه. You said to them, I can't find amount for you. تولوا. They left وأعينهم تفيض من الدم. Well, they left and with their eyes shedding tears. Why? ألا يجدوا ما ينفقون. Because حزنا ألا يجدوا ما ينفقون. They grief and sorrow. They can't find the same thing. عباد Allah. Coming back to the story, Amr ibn Abd al-Rahman as-Sulami and Hujr ibn Hujr rahimahumullah. They said, we came to Al-Irbad ibn Sariyah and they said to him, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Salamu alaikum became a strange word these days. You only say salam to the ones whom you know. If you don't know him, you don't say salam to him. I'm not saying if you know him Muslim or not a Muslim. No, you know he's a Muslim. But you don't say salamu alaikum. If you want to say something, you might say hi or hello or whatever. But you don't say salamu alaikum, peace be upon you. And I'm not saying this is in a country where too many disbelievers. I'm talking about even in Saudi Arabia. In Mecca and Medina, when there is no one except for a Muslim, you'll find people going in the lift, going out of the lift, going to the hotel, meeting Muslims, and they only say salam to the ones whom they are from their group, the ones whom they know. Salamu alaikum, the first word the Prophet of Allah had said when he went to Medina, Abdullah ibn Salam, the Jewish rabbi, who came to test whether this person is a true prophet or not. He said, I came and I saw this person, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and his face is not the face of a liar. The face of a liar is known. You could see the person is a liar. Before even you utter a word, before he says a thing, you know he's a liar. He's a dodgy person. Prophet of Allah said, it's not a face of a liar. And then the first word I've heard him saying, Abdullah ibn Salam, he heard this word, he's still Jewish. He said, Ayyuhan nas, O people, afshu salam. Spread the salam. The name of Allah, afshu salam. وصلوا الناس بالليل والناس نيام ووصلوا الأرحام تدخلوا الجنة بسلام. That is, join the people who are, or maintain your relationship to the people who give them charity. And pray for the people who are asleep. Don't forget to say the salam, you will enter peace, garden in peace. Rawahu Abdullah ibn Salam. All the hadith is salam, salam, salam. So verily, the first or the second word that our Prophet Adam had said after the soul was being put into him and became alive, he sneezed and then he said, Alhamdulillah. Then Allah, he said to him, go to those angels. When he said to him, Alhamdulillah, Yarhamukallah, Allah said, may Allah have mercy upon you. Go to those angels and say, Salamu alaykum. First words that Allah, the Almighty, told Adam alayhi salam, Ibad Allah, from the signs of the day of resurrection, that taslimul khasa, people say salam only to the people whom they know. Ibad Allah, that Jannah, the key for it is salam. لا تدخلوا الجنة حتى تؤمنوا ولا تؤمنوا حتى تحابوا. ألا أدلكم على شيء إذا فعلتموه تحاببتم أفشوا السلام. Verily, you will not enter paradise until you believe. And you will not believe until you love one another. Shall I inform you, not me, the Prophet of Allah said, shall I inform you of something if you have done it? You will enter and you will love one another. He said, say salam. So if you say salam, you love one another. You love one another, you gain the belief, and you gain the belief, you enter paradise. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وعلى من تبع هداهم إلى يوم الدين. Amr ibn Abdul Rahman al-Sulami and Hujr ibn Hujr, they said, we came to Al-Irbad ibn Sariyah, whom we think he is one of those people whom Allah sent the revelation in Surah Al-Tawbah, and we said to him, Assalamu alaykum. Allah the Almighty, He says, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu la tadkhulu buyutan ghayra buyutikum hatta tasta'nisu wa tusallimu ala ahli. O you who believe, do not enter houses which does not belong to you until you take permission and you say salam. Even if you enter your own house, even if the house is empty, say Salamu alaykum wa ala ibadillahi salihin. Salamu alaykum. Then he said to them, Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. They said to him, we verily came to you, visitors, to pay a visit. And then the second word, he said, to pay you a visit because we heard you are an ill. And then the third word, they said, we came to take knowledge from you. Three things, each one we want to explain. Number one, they said, we came to visit you. For verily the visit, in the sake of Allah, is something that Allah honored a person because He wanted to pay a visit for his brother for the sake of Allah by sending him an angel in the form of a man. Yes, a man came all the way from his village to pay a visit in another village for a brother of his. Allah put an angel on his path, and the angel came to ask him, where are you heading? To my brother, for the sake of Allah and for the sake of Allah. Are you surely haven't got anything to do apart from that? Right, for example, business, or you want to ask for the hand of his daughter or his sister? No, I love him for the sake of Allah. He said, for verily I am the messenger of your Lord. Allah sent me to you to say to you that Allah loves you because you love your brother in his sake. About Allah, you will visit one another. And the visit will grant you pulpits of lights on the day of resurrection in Jannah. Even the prophets and the martyrs will be so sort of jealous of them. Pulpits of light. Who said that? One day, Abu Idris al-Khawlan, one of the great scholars of the era of the followers, this person, he said, I went to Hims. Hims is in Syria. And he said, I entered the masjid there, and I saw 32 companions of the Prophet ﷺ. Each one of them, he says, حدثنا سمعت, Prophet of Allah said, I heard the Prophet of Allah saying. And whenever they differ about something, they refer to a man who is having shining incisors and ad'aj, his eyes are black. They come to him, and whatever he says, they settle to his opinion. Then they left. And after that, he went home. Abu Idris, he says to himself, verily, what a poor student I am. What a poor student I am. I went to the masjid, 32 companions. They were discussing about the Prophet of Allah, yet I don't know any name of those companions. About Allah. He's blaming himself because he does not know the names of the companions. Some of us from the youth here, I'll tell you, they know every single name of a player in a team of, for example, Real Madrid. They will name you, not just the whole of the team, even the substitute. They will tell you which car he drives, what shoes and what color he puts on. I made a competition between two people, and this is real, listen for it. Between two Hafiz of Quran. They are Hafiz, mashallah, but they are youth. Can you name the players of Real Madrid? A challenge. So each one mentions a name, the other one has to mention another name. Wallahi, they named the 11 players. And the winner has to name a substitute in order to gain the prize. Ibadallah, look at that. These children, where they are hooked to. This is the environment that we're living. Abu Idris is blaming himself. It's not because he doesn't know the name of the players. He doesn't know the name of the companions. So he said, I'm going to go the following day, and no. So he went as early as he can, and he thought it's going to be number one. But he wasn't. It was the person whom the companions is referred to whenever they have a dispute. He was praying towards a pillar in the masjid. So he prayed next to him. And then when he finished the prayer, he sat for a while. None of them talking to each other. And Abu Idris said, I'm going to start this. Assalamu alaikum. For verily, I love you for the sake of Allah, not for the sake of dunya or relationship that I have with you. So he looked at him and he said, and he pulled his cloak. And he dragged Abu Idris next to him. Allah, by Allah, what he's saying is true. He said, by Allah, 3 times. Are you sure you're saying that you love me for the sake of Allah, not because of the dunya, not because of the money in my pocket? By Allah. He said, for verily have a black on me. I've heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, for verily those people who love one another in the sake of Allah, Allah will grant them pulpits of light in Jannah, whom the martyrs and the prophets would be pleased and jealous from. So he left, and he forgot to ask him his name. Then he met one of those 32 companions, and he said to him, you know what that person told me? Such and such hadith. He said, wallahi, that person who told you that does not say except for the truth, and he only says the truth. But shall I inform you something which is better than that? I've heard the Prophet of Allah say, Allah, the Almighty Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had said. So this is a hadith, it is upgraded. This is the Almighty Hadith Qudsi. Allah, please pay attention to me, brothers. Leave the uncle here, you want to sit down. Pay attention to me. For verily Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, وَجَبَتْ مَحَبَّتِي. My love is incumbent for those who love one another in my sake. For those who seek one another in my sake. For those who advise one another in my sake. For those who advise one another. Those who give for the sake of me. The one who gives for the sake of Allah. The one who visits for the sake of Allah. The one for the sake of Allah he gives the advice. The one who for the sake of Allah he loves his brother. Those are the ones who are the winners. He said to him, what's your name? He said, Ubadatul Musamid. Who's that man that whenever you have a dispute, you refer to him? He said, Muhammad ibn Jabal. Companions, ya ikhwan. People who are their names are stars. They are stars. They are the companions. We should follow the companions' example. Then they said, Amr ibn Abdul Rahman ibn Amr al-Sulami, and Hujr ibn Hujr, verily we came to you because we heard that you are ill, and that paying a visit to somebody who is ill is a great rewardable act. If you want to speak about what is the reward of visiting an ill person, that's another khutbah, ibadallah. It's enough for me to tell you that if you pay a visit to the person who is ill in the morning, then it's like 70,000 of angels will invoke forgiveness for you until the evening. And if you pay the visit in the evening, 70,000 angels will invoke forgiveness on your behalf until the morning. And when you pay the visit, it's like you're harvesting paradise. You're going in Jannah and taking the fruit. More and more ahadith regarding the ill person, but I remind before I forget. Visiting the ill person, these brothers, put your mobile off. Please put it on silent. Respect the Jumu'ah, jazakumullahu khairan. For verily, ibadallah, we find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this visit as easy as possible. So it is not for you to go, I can't go empty-handed. Especially the Bible tells us, we can't go empty-handed to visit the sick person. And then you are not able to bring a gift similar to the gift that He had given you when you were ill. So what are you going to do? You're going to skip the visit. This present is a bid'ah. This gift is a bid'ah. This gift to give it just because of an ill person. I have inherited that when I was a kid. You pay the person just to remind him, I'm your brother and I'm there. Not for the gift. And the gift has to be repaid again when you get ill or your son gets ill. And maybe at that time you don't have the money. So what are you going to do? Not to pay the visit. I'll tell you what type of gift you could give to your person who is ill. A friend of yours, a brother of yours, a relative of yours. Something which does not cost your money. And that is a brick. Not to break the head of the deceased or the person who is ill. No. For the sake of him making wudu on it. Remind him that you have to do the prayer regardless how crippled you are and disabled you are. As long as the brain is working, you have to pray. And that's a brick for you to make that ablution. Wallah, He will be happy with you. More than He will be happy if you break the bottom at a laptop or whatever. Just a brick. And I tell you, lots of time I break tiles and bricks to every person I visit him. So if you're a visit, expect a tile from me. Just to remind you that you need to make a dry ablution. A dry ablution, because even though you're not capable of making wudu, ibadallah, going back to the story, it says, muqtabisin. We came to learn knowledge from you, O Irbad. You come to the people of knowledge to learn knowledge. People these days, how many they turn out for the lectures? And compare how many they turn for the food. So that's why we say to the brothers, if you want to make a lecture, make food with it. So that people will come for the food, rather than to come for the food of the heart. They will come for the food of the stomach. Tell them kebab, I'll guarantee just like Jum'ah will come. But if there's no kebab, there's no lentil, nothing, they will not come. What do they want to listen to a sheikh? They haven't got, they've got Google to listen to. They've got, they've got YouTube to listen to. They've got all of these technology. They're not really having time. The dunya taking them. For verily, where are you going to learn halal and haram? Where are you going to learn how to pray and how to fast? When are you going to learn how to pay zakat? When are you going to learn when you yawn and you open your mouth like this to block your mouth, your hand, or the shaitan is going to jump in? When are you going to learn this? You're going to learn it outside? You're going to learn it in these gatherings of circles of knowledge. Prophet ﷺ, he said, إِذَا مَرَرْتُمْ بِرِيَاضِ الْجَنَّةِ فَارْتَعُوا. Listen, if you pass by the pastures of Jannah, Riyadh jam'u rawdah, Riyadh, but if you pass by the pasture of Jannah, then make sure they go and graze there. Then the sheep goes and grazes, eat, make sure that you benefit. And what is the Riyadh al-Jannah, Messenger of Allah? He said, Hilaqul dhikr, circles of knowledge. Subhanallah. Look how people are ignorant these days. We go to the Medina, the Messenger of the Prophet of Allah. There's a place called Ar-Rawdah there. Ar-Rawdah. Between the pulpit of the Prophet of Allah and the house of the Messenger of Allah. A green carpet there. People are killing one another for that carpet. They just want to pray there. Some people go there and make i'tikaf. I'm not going to let go. I'm going to let anybody to go and pray. Rawdah. He's ignorant, they're going to stay ignorant. So he told Rak'ah brother and leave. And that's it. But these people camp there. So why don't you camp for better than this Rawdah? Riyadh, plural Rawdah. The knowledge. The circles of knowledge. The knowledge which is empty. Don't be brother deceived that you are a person of knowledge. Wallah, lots of people in this masjid, and the people are coming, they don't know how to pray properly. Finally, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, when he was about to give an admonishing, 3 people came. One, he left. Second one, he stayed behind. And the third one, He had come and he saw a place for him and he sat in the front. And the hadith by the wife said it the other way around. So the first one, he came, found a gap for himself and sat down. After Allah, he said to the kid, shall I tell you about the 3 people? Yes, Messenger of Allah. He said, one, he came, he found a gap for himself. فَآوَاهُ Allah. Allah protected him. Allah gave him the barakah. And somebody was shy, sat at the back, so Allah is shy of him. And the third, Allah left him. Allah, you want Allah to leave you. Why is it that we didn't sit down and learn your deen? Why is it that we only sit when there's a performer? You know what's a performer? He's not a scholar or student of knowledge. He's a person rolling his sleeve back like this, and he's just dancing on the platform, and he's just giving nonsense. He's good in words, but not knowledge. Not qala Allah, qala Rasulullah. That's where the people stand. They will be paying ticket even. Ticket to whom? To ignorant people. Paying ticket to get a place to listen to an ignorant person. But if it's a sheikh or a scholar, they come. How many clicks do we have on the YouTube for the sheikh? Sheikh al-Albani, maximum you get 100,000. That's it. All of them is 2,000, 3,000, maybe the next big one, maybe something that people have pushed it through. But you find a person who is not even a Muslim, or a person who is in ignorant. How many clicks do you find for a title like this? A rabbit and flew. I clicked on it to see it. So, it's a person who took a home video of a rabbit outside, little one, with that little daughter of his. She let go of the rabbit, a bird came and snatched that little rabbit. So he put a title book, a rabbit that flies. 15 millions on that. Hey, by Allah, where are we heading? 15 millions on a rabbit that flew, and we don't have any 15,000 for how to learn our deen. Allah al-Musta'an. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يعيننا على ذكر الله عز وجل. عباد الله, al-Irbad al-Musariya, then he said a hadith to honor them for the sake that they came to visit him, for the sake of that they paid a visit because of his ill and because they want to take knowledge. He gave them a hadith. That hadith, inshallah, will be discussed in our khutbah, following khutbah and following next month. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يعيننا على ذلك.